Hi, this is Rachelle with Journal Life's Journey, and I'm about to start another project that is probably going to take me a few years to finish, but I just got inspired to start it, so I'm just going to dive in. So yesterday was my daughter's birthday, and for some reason she bought me a present for her birthday. So I got a little something in this Kate Spade gift bag, and I've already kind of deconstructed it, ripped it open. I took the handles off. This is what the bottom edge looked like. It's pretty sturdy and heavyweight, but I thought it would be cool to use this to make a junk journal instead of just tossing the bag. And I didn't want to keep it because I don't want to just keep stuff just for the sake of keeping it. So I tore the bag apart. Then I had this Crunchy Munch box that I've been holding on to so that I could use the chipboard to make a journal. So I'm going to trim this down. It's a little bigger than what I need. I don't want anything too big. I'm going to trim this down to 6 by 9. Right now it's 6.5 by 10. And then the spine is 3 inches. So I'm going to double up the chipboard on the spine. Let's see, how big do I want this? Because I could do 5 by 6.5 maybe. I think I'm going to stick with the regular 6 by 9. And then for the spine, I'm just going to cut this in half and double up the layers on the spine, I think. That'll be good. And so I'm going to go ahead and break down this box. Let me move this out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and break down this box, trim it down, and get the spine ready to attach to the covers. Okay, so I trimmed these up. Not sure I got these quite straight, but I can trim them once I glue them together, I guess. This is going to be my spine. I'm going to do a small spine so that maybe it won't take me years to finish this. I guess my first step will be to glue these two pieces together. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I can put something in between to act as my wings. I'm going to have to think about that. But these are the pieces. Front cover 6 by 9. Back cover 6 by 9, and the spine is 9 by 1.5 approximately. So I'm going to use the one that I think is cut straight, and I'm going to start putting these together. Did I not cut the right height? What's the right height? All right. So we're going to go like this. I'm going to use my ruler as my guide a little bit. Let's use some masking tape to hold these together. Now you can sand this if you want. I usually don't because it's messy, and by the time I finish gluing everything to it that I'm gonna use to cover it, it's fine. Now this chipboard is very lightweight. So I don't know if I'm going to end up covering this with some cardstock or something first. We'll see. And I may put this part on the inside just to be sure that whatever I use will cover it up thoroughly. All right, so that's crooked, but it's okay. Bring this around. Let's try to do a little better on this side. If I had my cutting mat on here, it would be helpful because I could use the measurements and the lines on the cutting mat to line things up a little better. But this is kind of like a weekend deal, so I'm just going to roll with it like this. All right. Here's an idea. I can probably use this to make a hidden binding. So I would stitch the signatures onto this, or signature. I don't know how many signatures this would end up with, but I'll stitch it on here and then put my wings on and attach it to this. So I'll just hold that off to the side. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and cut this in half so that I can work with it a little better. Sorry, I know I just hit the mic. Okay, and this is probably not going to be big enough to cover the whole thing. It is not. Let's use this piece. So we're going to have that line down the back, but that's okay. Gonna have very little to wrap over. I shouldn't have cut it. So I measured kind of where everything falls, and I'm just gonna trim off the excess. So we got this bit up here that I need to get rid of carefully. This is where the handles were on that part, and then this is just the fold over edge on the top of the bag that reinforced the bag. I don't know if that's going to show through. Do I want to take that chance? And do I feel like I need to strengthen this with something else? I think my recording stopped automatically. I don't know what happened. I ended up having to add another piece to the back so that there would be room to wrap it around. I used Yes paste, and I used double-sided tape. I used the Yes paste to put the bulk of this on the cover. I think I used too much Yes paste because I ended up with a lot of air bubbles here. But I think it's the paste under there, and I didn't tighten it well. Yeah, I can feel that that's paste moving around. So maybe once it dries, that will go away, and I'll just keep trying to smooth it out as it dries. But I used the double-sided tape to do the wrap, and you've seen me do the wrap several times. I'll link to a couple of videos in the description box below so that you can see how I do that part. And yeah, I just kind of wrapped it around using a double-sided tape and a little bit of Fabri-Tac to hold it together. And then I put some clips on, and I've just been smoothing it out with my card and the bone folder to spread everything out. And so right now I have some clips on it. I'll come back after this dries some, smooth it out some more, and I may coat it with a spray to seal it on the outside, because I do have some cracking on the edges here and the glue seeped out. So I kind of want to protect it with something. So once it dries some, I'll be back to do that. And this is the Yes paste. So this is the paste that I use for the bulk of it. I use double-sided tape, and I use Fabri-Tac to glue everything down. So that's everything that I use so far as glues. And I also use this miter tool from Colorway Arts, and that's their website, colorwayarts.com. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry, and then we'll be back. Okay, so I took one of the scraps that I have, and I didn't bring the spray in here, but I sprayed this with the matte Mod Podge sealant spray, and this is what it looks like. I did 2 coats. I let it dry in between the coats. I don't know if you can see the difference there, but there is a difference. This feels a lot different and slicker than this. So since I have so many errors, I think I'm going to go ahead and spray this. I don't know what I'm going to do about this part down the middle in the back. but I'll come up with something eventually. So I'm going to go outside and spray this, let it dry, and then do another coat, and I'll be back. So these are the papers that I pulled. These papers came from the Petals and Blooms paper pad from Hobby Lobby. It's several years old. So I pulled these 3 pages. I figured one per signature. At the time, I was thinking I would be doing 3 signatures. So I have those. Oh, and for the inside, I don't remember if I showed this already, but if I didn't, these are the end papers for the inside. I'm not sure how I dyed this, and it might have been, I don't know how I dyed this pink, but it's a dyed paper. And then I have these misprint inserts, and most of this is on pretty heavyweight paper. I'm sure this is 32 pound. This is 32 pound. This may be like 24 pound. So I've even pulled out 2 eyelets that I'm thinking of using on the cover so that I can have a ribbon closure. Yeah, so I even pulled out some trim because I was thinking about adding some here, maybe adding something down here, because this is like the natural fold in the gift bag showing. I have to go through my laces and see what else I have, because I don't think this would work very well. I was thinking of like a little something like that maybe. I don't know. I don't really like that. But this is what it looks like after spraying. I think it'll be fine. I'll do some things to kind of disguise some of the mistakes. And then we have the end papers. These are Anna Griffin. Is it Anna Griffin? Yeah, I think it's Anna Griffin, not Anna Griffith, but Anna Griffin papers that I'm going to use for the end papers. This may end up being completely covered depending on what I decide to do for the inside covers. I don't know if I want to do a stacked envelope here, stacked envelope here, and junk journal signatures here. That's probably what I'll do. Something around that. Something along those lines. Because I was thinking about, well, I don't really have any papers, any digitals to go with this theme. I made some. So these are some papers that I created to work with this journal, and I printed these front and back because these are the actual pages that I'm going to use. So this one, kind of wanted it to have that fashion theme, but I also wanted it to showcase the brown girls, since for reasons. So those. Then I have this one. This is really a writing page with the header. I did some patterns. Got the polka dot pattern, the floral pattern, and this is another stripe and floral. Then these are the single pages. We can flip through them again so you can have a look. But I did single pages too, just in case I need them for something. So I didn't print them double-sided. But I thought these would be nice. I'll put these in my Etsy shop. I'll try to get it done before this video goes up. So there should be a link in the description box below where you can get these if you're interested. Then I did some ephemera. So these are the tags. And with the ephemera part of this kit, there is a backing paper, and this is what it looks like. So I printed all of this on cardstock and used the backing paper. I think I have some more too. I'm going to show you in just a moment. But these I printed on cardstock. Some more tags. This is a card that goes into the CD envelope. This is a belly band. Envelope, cards that can go in the envelope, and some tags. Small tags. These are pockets, kind of like library pockets. Some labels, more pockets. This is a small coin envelope, and pieces that can fit into the coin envelope, some circle pieces. And again, they're all printed on that backing paper. This is an envelope. Okay, and then this is an envelope. So I printed all of that on cardstock. Then I printed some on regular paper too. This one looks like it's a little close to the edge. So I usually don't like to do the envelopes on cardstock, but I printed it just in case because I might make it a special ephemera piece. So, and then this kind of goes like that. Okay, so you got the envelope, another envelope. These are the same things. They're just printed on 32-pound paper, and I'm going to have to run them back through so that I can print the backing piece on them as well. Maybe I might just stamp a background on it. And I don't know why they ran so close to the edge like that. I printed the ones on cardstock on a different printer, so that may have something to do with it. See there, kind of chopped it off on the edge. Still usable. This is the CD envelope, so that wasn't in the cardstock version because the printer that I used to print the cardstock won't print all the way to the edge. I could have reduced it to fit to page, but I don't like to do that if I can help it. Then these are the same pages that you already saw. And then this is the backing page on its own. Okay. So, and I think that backing page goes well, yes, with Anna Griffin paper. So that worked out. All right. So I am about to go do some fussy cutting and cut some of these out. Of course, I could import these into Silhouette or Cricut and do it that way, but to me it's just easier just to cut them by hand, and it kind of gives me something to do while I am relaxing. This kit will be in the shop hopefully by the time this video goes up if you are interested, and I will be using it to again embellish and add the elements to this. Whatever I do, I will record it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and I'll holla at y'all next time. Bye.